Hey everyone, and welcome to Bulldog Online. I'm Kelly, and this is your Journey to Bird of Paradise class. So Bird of Paradise is a really fun peak pose that requires huge shoulder opening, big hip opening, and a lot of core stability balance work. So today we're going to work on a ton of poses that help you lead up to that fun Bird of Paradise. Let's get started.
Last one, inhale, exhale.
You've got this.
That's Bulldog strong for us, yeah?
Inhale, lift. We got one more.
You guys are so Bulldog strong. I love it.
So I'm going to have you all stand up at the top of your mats. Stand tall in your conscious mountain pose. So allow your hands to drop down by your sides, palms face forward, fingers spread wide. And focus on the four corners of your feet here. So that really is just yogic speak for ground down hard. Find some lift in your core. Pull your shoulders back, open your heart wide. Good job. On your inhale, reach your arms up high overhead and steeple clasp your grip. So interlace all 10 fingers, then release your pointer fingers skyward. Squeeze your biceps towards your ears. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, side bend over to the right. So allow your biceps to keep framing your ears. Peek your gaze up. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, side bend over to the left. Nice job. Inhale, back through center. Separate your palms. Pinky spin in, thumb spin out, and arc your back into a mini back bend here. So scoop your heart skyward. Peel your gaze up towards the ceiling. And now clasp your hands behind your tailbone here. Just a little shoulder rinse. So I mentioned we're going to be doing a lot of heart opening, a lot of chest opening poses. This is starting us off slowly. Nice job. Release your hands down by your hips. Come back into that conscious mountain pose. And gently fold forward. Allow your fingertips to graze your toes. Keep a soft bend in your knee. Inhale, lift to your flattest back here. Exhale, you fold. Walk both hands to the outer blade of your left foot. Just a gentle twist here. Nice, and now walk your hands back through center all the way over to the outer blade of your right foot. Another gentle twist. You can bend your knees if you need. Inhale, back through center, and now step your right toes back, come into a low lunge pose. Inhale, lift to your fingertips. Exhale, step your left foot back, come into a downward facing dog pose. Lift your hips high, walk it out, wag it out for a moment. Just get comfortable in your downward facing dog. Make sure that your pinkies are spreading wide towards the outer edges of your mat. And your feet are about 2 fists width distance apart, or hips width distance apart. On your inhale, sweep your right leg up high towards the sky. Exhale, bend your knee, fan open your hip, and maybe take a hip circle. Pick up through your left armpit here. Make sure you're not collapsing into it. Inhale, straighten your right leg long. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands, low lunge. Inhale, lift to fingertips. Exhale, step it forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift to your flattest back. Exhale, you fold. Now step your left toes to the back of the mat, come into a low lunge this side. Inhale, lift to your fingertips. Exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. Once again, take a moment, walk it out, wag it out. Just notice how you're feeling today. On your inhale, sweep your left leg up high towards the sky. Exhale, bend your knee, fan open your hip. Maybe take a hip circle this side too. Square your shoulders off. Good adjustments here. Inhale, straighten your left leg long. Exhale, step your foot between your hands, low lunge. Inhale, lift to fingertips. Exhale, step it forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift to your flattest back. Exhale, fold and sweep up to a chair pose. So sink low in your knees. Nice job. Keep spinning your pinkies in, thumbs out to spread your collarbone open wide. Drop your tailbone a little bit lower here and make sure that your weight is shifting into your heels. Look down, make sure you can see all 10 toes. If not, maybe slide your knees back a little bit here. Nice job. Take a deep breath in, sink a little bit lower, and exhale, straighten your legs, forward fold. Inhale, lift to your flattest back. Exhale, you fold, step both feet into a high plank. Good job. Your shoulders, your tailbone, your heels are in one straight, strong line. Zip everything in towards your belly button. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, lower to your low plank. Inhale, scoop your heart forward and up, coming into upward facing dog or cobra. Now exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips up high to the sky, downward facing dog. Great job. On your inhale, sweep your right leg high. Exhale, step your foot between your hands, low lunge. Inhale, lift to fingertips. Exhale, airplane your arms here. Good job. Inhale, sweep your arms forward, rise up into your high lunge and settle in for a beat here. Pull your outer right hip back. Send your left hip bone forward slightly here, just to square your hips. Come up a little bit higher on your left toes. Good job. Keep bending a little bit lower in your right knee. You got this. Find your power. Deep breath in. Maybe you peek up slightly. Now exhale, back heel spins down, open wide, warrior two pose. Gaze is soft over your right middle finger. Press down a little bit harder through the outer blade of your left foot. So find power through both legs here. On your inhale, flip your front palm and reverse your warrior. Stretch long through your right side body. You're mimicking the motions that we took in those early side bends here. Peek up, inhale. On your exhale, hands windmill down to frame your right foot. Step back and flow. Move from your high plank to your low plank. Inhale, scoop your heart forward and up, and exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips up high to the sky, downward facing dog. Great job. Inhale, sweep your left leg high. Exhale, crunch knee to nose, step your foot between your hands, low lunge. Inhale, lift to fingertips. Exhale, airplane your arms. Inhale, sweep your arms forward, rise up, high lunge, shoulders stack over hips here. Come up a little bit higher on the ball of your right foot, beautiful, Daria. Spread open your collarbone here. Wide V in your arms. Beautiful. Deep breath in. Maybe you peek up. Exhale. Back heel spins down. Open wide. Warrior two. Gaze is soft over your left middle finger this time. Press down a little bit harder down through your right foot. Inhale. Flip your front palm and reverse your warrior. So don't compromise the bend in your front knee here. Peek up on the inhale, reach a little bit longer. Beautiful, Evan. Exhale, hands windmill down to frame your left foot. You step back and you flow. We will meet back in our downward facing dog. Great variation up here, Enzo. So in your down dog, take 2 cleansing breaths. Breathe in through your nose and sigh it out. One more time, reset. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale, you sigh it out. Awesome job. Inhale, ripple forward to your high plank pose. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and slowly with control lower all the way down to your mat. Nice job, Michelle. You can untuck your toes, send your arms into airplane, arms long behind you, and start to set yourself up for locust pose. So if you have a healthy back, you can zip your big toes together here. Otherwise, keep your feet a little bit separate. Good. On your inhale, lift your chin, your chest, float your toes, and float your palms. Find some lift. This is your first little flight of the day. Lift up a little bit higher on the inhale, nice, Sarah, and exhale, you lower down. Good job. So for our second round of prone back bends, belly down back bends here, you also have the option of taking bow pulling pose. You can bend your knees and grab your ankles or the tops of your feet with your hands. Set yourself up for round 2. Lift your chin, your chest, float your toes, and float your arms. Heel your shoulders back. See if you can lift your gaze up maybe 2-3 inches up the wall in front of you. Inhale and exhale, you lower down. Bend your knees, windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Clear out your lower back here. Good, now send your toes long on the mat behind you. Tuck them. Plant your palms underneath your shoulders and see if you can press up to high plank with no ripples. Draw everything in. Awesome job. Great job, front row. Good. And now send your hips up high to the sky. This is your downward facing dog once more. On your inhale, sweep your right leg up high. Exhale, crunch your knee to your nose. Step your foot between your hands, low lunge pose. Inhale, lift up to your crescent lunge here. So squeeze your inner thighs together as you reach your arms up high overhead. Awesome job. We're gonna twist our crescent lunge here. So send your right arm back behind you. Your left arm reaches forward. Slide your left shoulder a little bit further forward. Pull your outer right rib cage back. Now let's revolve it. Reach your left arm up high. Drop your right arm back. Maybe you can even wrap your hand around to the outside of your left thigh. Peek your gaze up. Allow the base of your skull to get heavy. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Inhale, come back through crescent lunge at center. Just reach your right arm up high. Turn your torso forward. Shift your weight into your right leg here and step your left toes forward to meet your right. You're in your chair pose. Nice job. Sink your weight a little bit lower. We've been here before. You know what chair feels like. Good. Now keep your weight shifted in your right leg. You're gently going to come into airplane pose. So your arms sweep long behind you. Your left leg kicks back. This is our first little taste of a standing balancing pose here. Dial your left pinky toe down towards the mat. Keep flexing your foot. See if that helps you balance at all. Focus your gaze on a fixed point. You got it. And now gently drop your hands to frame your standing foot, coming into a standing split. Keep your left heel reaching high. Good job. Keep tilting your weight forward into the ball of your right foot. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, drop your left toes to the back of the mat. You're back in a low lunge pose. We've been here before. You have a big motion coming. Back heel spins down, windmill all the way open to warrior two pose. Inhale, flip your front palm and reverse your warrior. Listen for the change. Exhale, drop right forearm to right thigh, side angle pose. Good job. So eventually we're gonna be coming back to this pose as an entry into your bird of paradise. But for now, let's just check our alignment. You're still bending low in that right knee. Your left arm is either reaching high or doing what Daria is doing over here and reaching back around behind you for a half bind. Make sure that you're not dumping all of your weight into your right elbow. So see if you can slide your right wrist on top of your right knee instead. Nice job. Find power through both legs and try to spin your right rib cage up towards the sky here, opening your heart skyward. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. And on your inhale, reverse your warrior once more. Right arm reaches up and overhead towards the back of the room. Exhale, hands windmill down to frame your right foot and step back to a down dog split. So right leg reaches high, hips are high. Nice job. From here, you can bend your knee, fan open your hip. Maybe take another hip circle here. Just notice how you're feeling after we stretch out our legs. Inhale, straighten your right leg high. Exhale, place it right back down to your downward facing dog. Great job. So what we do on the right, we must do on the left too. Inhale, sweep your left leg high. Exhale, step your foot between your hands, low lunge pose. Squeeze your inner thighs together and lift up to your high lunge pose. Stack shoulders over hips. Great control, Michelle. Beautiful. Gaze upward, Evan. Wrap your shoulder blades down around your spine. Find some lift in your chest. Deep breath in. Now come into that open arm twisted crescent lunge. Reach your left arm back, right arm forward. Good job. See if you can pull your left fingertips towards the back of the room very gently here just to stack your torso up a little bit more. Good, now let's revolve. Inhale, flip your right palm up. Float your left arm back and down. Maybe you even grab your thigh there. Settle in for a breath. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Good job. And now come back to crescent at center on the inhale. Reach your left arm high. Shift your weight into your left leg and gently step your right foot forward to meet your left. You're back in chair pose. You're a pro at chair at this point, aren't you? So just hold here for a beat. Keep your weight shifted into your left leg still. We're gonna come into that airplane pose. Kick your right leg far behind you. You can sweep your arms back. If you'd like to add a variation to your arms, if your back is bothering you at any point, maybe you take prayer hands in front of your chest, or you can even clasp your hands behind your tailbone here for even more of a shoulder opener. Great job. Keep flexing that back foot. Nice. Remember, if you fall out of a standing balancing pose, just pop right back into it. It's just yoga. Gently place your hands to frame your left foot. Come into a standing split. Keep your right heel lifting towards the sky. Keep your right hip in line with your left. Everyone in here looks beautiful. Deep breath in. And on your exhale, plant your right toes to the back of the mat. You're in a low lunge pose. Big motion coming back, heel spins down, open wide, warrior two pose. Inhale, flip your front palm and reverse your warrior. Peek up, listen for the change. Exhale, drop left forearm to left thigh, side angle pose. Okay, so we did this on the right. Notice how this pose feels on the left. Are you dumping all of your weight into your left elbow? If you are, maybe slide your left wrist on top of your left knee. Maybe take that half bind, wrapping your right arm back around your back. I love all these variations. So just settle in here, you got this. This is prepping us for the peak pose later. Keep peeking up. Try to spin your left rib cage up towards the sky. Keep lifting your gaze. Good, now inhale, reverse your warrior. Reach your left arm up high overhead. On your exhale, hands windmill down to frame your left foot. Press it back to a down dog split. Left leg reaches up high towards the sky. From here, you can bend your knee, fan open your hip. Maybe take that hip circle this side too. Just do a full body scan here. How are you feeling? Inhale, straighten your left leg long, and exhale, place it right back down to your downward facing dog. Great job. Bring your thumbs and your forefingers to touch here. So make a diamond underneath your face. You're staying in your downward dog. You're just narrowing your arms. Pull your gaze forward to your fingertips, bend your knees, and step jump or float your way into a yogi squat. So your feet are on the outside of your hands. Nice jump, Sarah. You can bring your palms to press at heart center, and your elbows are in your knees here. So this is a huge psoas opener. Your psoas is your hip flexor. And it is a very important muscle, right? Because it helps us walk well. It helps us find some stability in our hips. It connects our torso to our legs, so there's a lot of power there. Just open your hips up a little bit wider. See if you can pull your shoulders back. Spread your collarbone here. Keep your chin parallel to the ground. Soft gaze in front of you. Deep breath in. Now on your exhale, come into a forward fold. You can toe heel your feet together and just enjoy this stretch through the posterior chain, the back of your body. You can nod yes. You can shake your head no. Shake it all out for a moment. You got it. So gently roll up to a mountain pose. Lift vertebrae by vertebrae. Nice. Let's work some standing balancing poses. You've already done a couple like airplane, but we're going to work on holding for stability work before we get started on our bird of paradise. Come into a standing leg raise. Lift your right knee up in line with your right hip. Good job. And now gently plant the sole of your right foot against your left leg, tree pose. So it doesn't matter how high or how low your foot is on your standing leg. Just make sure it's not kicking your own knee out. You can even keep your toes on the ground and adopt a little kickstand motion here. Okay, now change your arm variation. Switch it up. Keep breathing here. See if you can find some lift in your left glute here and stand up a little bit taller. Daria, that's beautiful. Change your arm variation again. Do something different that you've never done before in tree. I love it. You're holding here for 5. Keep breathing. 4. Smile. 3, 2, and 1. Plant your right foot down to meet your left. Come back into that conscious mountain pose. Maybe wiggle it out a little bit. Dance it out. Nice. Let's come into the standing leg raise on the left. So when you're ready, lift your left knee up in line with your left hip and prepare for tree. So plant the sole of your left foot anywhere against your right leg except against your knee. And now do something different with your arms. Keep breathing here. What do you need in order to stay still and stable here? Nice. Change up your arms. Keep going. Remember, if you fall out of a pose, just come right back in. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Switch up your arms one last time here. I love it. And now drop your left foot down in line with your right and shake it out. Dance it out for a moment. Get loose. Beautiful. Now reach your arms up high overhead and squat down into a chair pose. So just bend your knees. Like I said, you're an expert in chair. You've done it a few times already. Drop your tailbone a little bit lower. A little lower. A little lower. So low that your tailbone's at a hover off of the ground. You got this. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take a seat. Good job. Okay, so for our belly up core work of the day, we are going to take some eagle crunches. So lower your shoulders down onto the mat and wrap your right leg up on top of your left. And if you'd like to take full eagle arms, you can wrap your right arm under your left. Great job. If that feels like too much, grab opposite hands to opposite shoulders. Okay, extend your legs and reach your arms up. And now crunch them together. That's 1. We're going for 10. Open, crunch 2. Open, crunch 3, 4, 5, halfway done this side, 6, remember to breathe, 7, try to lift up a little higher, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Unravel, reach your legs long on the mat, reach your arms up high overhead, stretch it out. We're gonna move into the other side now, so bend your knees. Wrap your right leg or your left leg on top of your right here. Your left arm under your right for full eagle arms. Again, you can grab opposite hands to opposite shoulders. Good, now extend your leg, extend your arms and crunch them together. That's 1. Open back up. Crunch 2. Open, crunch 3. You got this. For 4. Keep going. 5, halfway done this side. 6, 7, 8, 9, good control, and 10. And when you're ready, do a big superhero stretch. Reach your arms up high, reach your legs out. Nice job. Now curl up into a little yogi ball here. So wrap your knees in towards your chest and start to rock up and down the length of your spine. You're gonna start to gain some momentum here. Rock a little bit faster. And we're all gonna meet in a high plank pose, whatever it takes for you to get there. Maybe you can do a little jump. Maybe you just swing your legs around, whatever you're feeling. Good, really press the ground away here. Zip everything in towards your core. This is our belly down core push. So you're holding your high plank for 20 seconds. You got this. Hold for 20. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. Check your form. 13, 12, 11. Last 10, 9, 8. Press the ground away. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down to your forearms. I know you're starting to feel it. Plank work is a full body commitment, isn't it? Drop your tailbone a little bit lower. Keep it in line with your shoulders, in line with your heels. Keep zipping everything in towards your core. Suck in your belly button. Keep your gaze down and soft. I promise we'll stretch it out in a moment. Maybe you can rock forward and back on your toes. I know that in plank work, I always like to add a little motion to make it more bearable. Do what feels good for you. You have 5 more seconds. Keep breathing. 4, 3. You're allowed to drop your hips in 2. And 1, drop your hips down. This is your Sphinx pose. So keep your elbows under your shoulders exactly where they were. This is a great opportunity to open your heart. Just pull it forward. And if you have a super bendy back, like my 2 friends up here on this side, you can straighten your arms and walk your hands into the corners of your mat for seal pose. Maybe you glance up slightly too. Find some lift. Deep breath in. And on your exhale, lower yourself down. Great job. Catch your breath here. Maybe you can wiggle your hips from side to side, clear out your lower back. Awesome. Now plant your palms underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, and no ripples. Press yourself back up to a high plank pose. And now send your hips up high to the sky. This is your downward facing dog once more. You know how this should feel at this point, right? Walk it out, wag it out. Take the breather that you need. You're absolutely crushing it, guys. You are so bulldog strong. On your inhale, sweep your right leg high. Exhale, crunch knee to nose, little bit of core. Inhale, sweep your right leg high. Exhale, crunch right knee to right elbow. Inhale, sweep your right leg high. Exhale, crunch right knee, left elbow. Straighten your leg, drop your foot. This is your fallen triangle. So there are a lot of different variations you can take here. If you'd like to move into a compass pose, pick up your bottom foot, that's great. If you'd like to try to float your right foot a little bit, awesome job. Plant your left hand down, kick your right leg into down dog split far behind you, and exhale, step your foot between your hands, low lunge. Drop your left knee down towards the ground and start to straighten your right leg, pressing back into a half split pose. You're gonna feel a huge stretch through your right leg here. So keep trying to drop your nose down towards your knee. Peel your toes up towards the sky. Nice. Catch your breath here, deep breath in. Enjoy the stretch as you exhale. And come back to your low lunge pose. So bend into your right knee. Lift your left knee. And now sweep your right arm up high towards the sky. Dragonfly twist. Peek your gaze up. Send your right shoulder back behind you. Open your heart. Now make sure your hips are in line with one another. Pick your left hip up in line with your right. Good adjustments. Take a deep breath in. Good, and now plant your right hand back down your back in that low lunge pose. Big motion coming, windmill all the way open to warrior 2 here. Good, inhale, flip your front palm and reverse your warrior. And as you exhale, drop right forearm to right thigh, side angle pose. So this looking familiar? I said we were gonna come back to this. This is how you get into bird of paradise. So bird of paradise requires a lot of shoulder mobility, but don't worry, we've worked our shoulders hard. Let's start to take a half bind. So wrap your left arm back behind you. Great job. And now sweep your right arm underneath your right thigh and see if you can clasp your hands. So if you have difficulty clasping your hands, maybe you grab a towel just to add some more length between them. Good job. And now drop your gaze down towards your right toes. You're gonna shift your weight into your right leg and step your left foot forward to meet your right. If you can do it in one step, great. If you need to take a couple, also great. Start to press down so hard through your left foot that your right foot lifts. It's a lot of balance work. So this is bird of paradise. If you can get up, that's amazing. If you can straighten your leg, even more amazing. This is your full advanced pose, straightening your right leg. Pull your right shoulder back behind you wherever you are. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Take a deep breath in and exhale. We're gonna lower right back down to the ground so your right foot meets your left. Step back to that side angle once more. Unravel from that bind. So just bring right forearm to right thigh, reach your left arm up high. Gently pull yourself back up to a strong warrior two here. Let's stretch it out. Straighten your right leg and take triangle pose. Pull your right fingertips forward. Drop your right arm on the inside of your right leg and keep your left arm reaching high. How are your legs feeling? You're working them hard. Good job. Pull yourself back up to center. Bend in your right knee. One last time, flip your front palm and reverse your warrior. And on your exhale, hands windmill down to frame your right foot. Step back and flow. We will meet back in our downward facing dog. You guys are so strong. I love it. On your inhale, sweep your left leg high. Exhale, crunch knee to nose. Inhale, sweep your left leg high. Exhale, crunch left knee, left elbow. Inhale, sweep your left leg high. Exhale, cross under you, left knee, right elbow. Now straighten your leg, drop your foot, fallen triangle. So some yoga teachers call this fallen angel, and I think this is so beautiful. Just get big, take up a lot of real estate on your mat. You all look like magazine cover models, nice. Reach up a little bit higher, and on your exhale, plant your right hand back down, kick your left leg long behind you, down dog split, and exhale, step your left foot between your hands, low lunge. On your inhale, straighten your left leg. You can drop your back knee down and come into that half split pose. So half split looks a little bit different for everyone depending on your hamstring flexibility. Just try to keep dropping your nose down towards your knee. Good, enjoy this stretch. Gravity is working in your favor here. Get a little bit lower, forehead down towards your knee. Good, and gently bend back into your left knee. Lift your right knee so you're back in that neutral low lunge. Now inhale, sweep your left arm up high towards the sky. This is your dragonfly twist again. Peel your left shoulder back behind you. See if you can peek your gaze up towards your left fingertips. Nice, now pick your right hip up in line with your left. Good adjustments here, back row. Another deep breath in. And on your exhale, plant your left hand back down, low lunge. Good, big motion coming, windmill all the way open to warrior two. Inhale, flip your front palm and reverse your warrior. Exhale, drop left forearm to left thigh, side angle pose. So you know where we're going from here. We need to come into our half bind first. Wrap your right arm back behind you. Now full bind, scoop your left arm underneath your left thigh. So again, if you have trouble reaching, you don't need a firm clasp. You can just grab fingertips like Evan's doing back here, or you can even grab a towel to make some space. Shift your weight into your left foot and see if you can step your right foot forward to meet your left. Neither one step or a couple. Press down hard through the sole of your right foot. Find some lift in your left leg. Great job. So this is your bird of paradise. Again, pull your shoulders back behind you, especially your right shoulder. See if you can straighten that raised leg. So beautiful. Nice job. Pick up through your right glute here. Stand up a little bit taller. You got this. Nice, Sarah. Nice, Daria. And gently lower your way back down. We'll meet in a strong warrior two pose. So unravel from that side angle. Find some lift. Good job. Now straighten your left leg. Let's stretch it out. Come into triangle pose. Pull your left fingertips forward. Drop them down in front of your left leg. Beautiful. Keep your gaze peeking up. Do you like my song choice, Like a Bird? You just flew, and I'm so proud of you. Okay, lift back up, bend into your left knee. Reverse your warrior on the inhale. And on your exhale, hands windmill down, flow through. And we'll meet back in our downward facing dog after you wash it out. So good, Sarah. Good job. So walk it out, wag it out for a beat. And then pull your gaze forward between your thumbs, bend your knees, and travel to the top of your mat. On your inhale, lift your flat back. Exhale, fold once more. Take a little ragdoll pose. Grab opposite hands to opposite elbows. Shake it out a little bit. We are not quite done our bird of paradise yet. I'm going to show you another way to enter it that might be more accessible for those of you who have difficulty binding from side angle. So allow your hands to drop down towards your feet, hang a little bit loose, and you can gently bend your knees. Okay, so we're going to start on the left. Gently bend your left knee here. Sweep your left hand back between your legs and wave at the wall behind you. Now sweep your right arm up high towards the sky and see if you can clasp your hands from here. You can really bend your knees. Awesome job. Okay, now same rules apply. Once you feel stable, start to pick your left toes up off of the ground and stand up into your bird of paradise. Good job. Open up your hips, open up your heart. We've done so many poses to make that happen for you. If you're ready, you can try to straighten your leg. Awesome. Sweep your left arm in front of your left leg. Nice job. Okay, and gently lower your way back down. Shake it out. Do that little ragdoll. Good. You have a second chance on the second side. Bend through your knees again, and this time you're going to reach your right arm between your hands, wave at the wall behind you, and then reach your left arm up high towards the sky, and see if you can clasp your hands behind your right thigh. Shift your weight into your left leg, and see if you can float your right toes up off of the ground. Nice, this is perfect. You guys look amazing. Maybe you can try to straighten that right leg. So good, Michelle. Get a little bit taller. Pick up through your left glute. Zip up your core. Nice, Sarah. See if you can flex your foot this time. Now point your toes. Looking good. And gently lower your way back down into a forward fold. Graceful exits. I love it. Bend your knees. Maybe you walk your hands underneath your feet. Take a gorilla pose here. Just stretch it out. You worked hard today. You can bend your knees as much as you need here. Good. Walk your hands out from under your feet. Sweep up to a quick chair pose. Good. Don't worry, it's just a transition. I know you've been in chair a lot today, so sink your hips a little bit lower, a little lower, and lower all the way down to a seat. You can lower your shoulders all the way down to the ground. Don't worry, you're done standing, I promise. We're going to take some reclined figure fours as our hip work. So cross your right ankle up and over your left knee. Good. And this might be enough for you. Or if you'd like to deepen this pose, you can clasp your hands around your left thigh and pull it towards you. Good job. Stop where your hips tell you to stop. Thank them for showing up for you today. Hopefully they feel a little bit more open now that you've flown. And drop your left foot down towards the ground. Switch it out. Plant the sole of your right foot down. Cross your left ankle up and over your right knee. Neither stay there or deepen by clasping your hands around your right leg. Breathe into this hip too. Nice job. You can plant your right foot back down. Plant the sole of your left foot. Make sure that you can brush the backs of your ankles with your fingertips, and we're going to conclude class with a couple belly up back bends today. Gently lift your hips up high towards the sky here. Good. Engage your inner thighs here. Lift up a little bit higher on the inhale. And on your exhale, lower down from your bridge pose. So for our second belly up back bend, you are welcome to slide a block under your hips for a restorative variation, or you can flip your hands up next to your ears and enter into wheel pose whenever you're ready. Lift your hips up high towards the sky, belly up back bend number 2. And we're gonna stay here for 5 slow breaths. However quickly you move through them, however slowly you take, just enjoy your time here. So good, back row. After the expiration of your 5th breath, lower your hips down to the ground. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Allow both knees to fall up and over your left side and pull your gaze right, wringing out your spine in a supine twist. Good. Now bring both knees up and over your right side. Pull your gaze left. Draw your knees back up and in through center. Squeeze yourself once again in that tight little yogi ball. Thank yourself for taking class, for trying a new peak pose today. And we'll roll onto your favorite side in the fetal position. And gently press yourself up into an easy seat facing the front of your mat. Hands come where they're comfortable, either in prayer position at your heart or placing face down on your knees. Let's finish class with a cleansing breath. Take a deep breath in through your nose, fill up all the way, and sigh it out. Thank you guys so much for trying Bird of Paradise with me today. You all did amazing, and I hope you had fun doing it. Again, my name is Kelly, and you can follow Bulldog Yoga at Bulldog Yoga on Instagram, Spotify, Facebook, and YouTube. And we hope to see you back here soon. See ya. Thanks, guys.